Hi guys, so I have my computer case right here. We're actually going to build my computer because, so here's the story. I've had these pieces for a long time now. I made a video about them too that will be linked below and all that nonsense. But my motherboard was not working, so I had to send it in for repairs. Now I just got that motherboard back yesterday, and hopefully it works. So I'm going to build this now and film it again and see if it works. And if it doesn't work or something else doesn't work, I'm going to be really not a happy camper. But I'm excited because I get to build my computer, and for almost the second time. So the first time I didn't I got as far as trying to put in the CPU and RAM and stuff like that, and then it just really didn't work. So if we get farther than that, I'm going to be super excited. And I'm already excited now, but I'm just saying, so yeah. Can we just talk about for a second how big this fan is on this case? That is my hand, and then it's ginormous. I had no idea. Okay, we're recording. So now I just should warn you, this is not really like an instructional video exactly like how to build a computer. I mean, it kind of is, but I'm just gonna basically just build it and film myself doing it. I mean, I might give a little tips and things, but I'm not really an expert or anything like that on this stuff. So I have 3 camera angles. I have a webcam set up over here, my Canon PowerShot something up here, and of course you right there for my face. Alright, let's just, do this thing. Looking at it's always good to read directions, sort of. I don't know, not really. Sometimes it's helpful. I swear, really the only time it's good to read directions is on your motherboard manual, because it tells you where things are. Alright, so take your motherboard and yeah, position it accordingly. I've already put this motherboard plate in. It's been there since the last time I tried to build it, so it's yeah, pushed in there. Alright, so get your motherboard, big thing like this, and put it in there. Alright, make sure you're not catching anything. It's always good to kind of hold the metal parts of the case too, so you're grounded. Alright, make sure everything kind of gets in there. Yep. Alright, and now get some screws and a screwdriver. Where's my screwdriver? Okay, make sure you have a screwdriver, because that's really important. I'm going to kind of push this up against there, start screwing them in. I'll tighten them after I put them on. Make sure you don't have cords or anything going under the motherboard, because that would be dumb. And make sure you don't drop screws in places you can't find them. Aha, magnets! So you may have noticed I used 2 different types of screws, if you can see it that well enough. But basically, I try to use the one that's a little more rounded because it's a bit looser, and I don't want the motherboard to be too tightly to the board. Of course, it needs to at least, be screwed in, of course, so it doesn't fall out, but you don't want to tighten it too much where it's just going to break in half, which would be really bad, or in any other area. And then in different places I'll use the screws that are still round, but they just tighten a little bit better. That's more on edges where it will just not catch well enough into the case screw thing, whatever that's called, I don't know. Okay, so I tend to do big things first, so the next thing I'm going to put in is the power supply, because let's be honest, that's a mess. Let's make sure we clear out the cords here, and basically it just needs to kind of slide into the side here. Nice and snug there. So then we just screw it in. No big deal. Okay. Okay, I am not left-handed. Cool. Alright, that angle was kind of hard to see in the cameras. Basically what I did was I started the screws with my fingers, and then I used a screwdriver to finish it up. Just because, like I said, it's slightly elevated, only just that much. Not like a terrible amount, but It's fine. It's not like it's going to fall. It's pretty sturdy. I have nicer screws in these that supposed to be more durable. So yeah. Next, I'm going to do the RAM, and these are 4 sticks of 16 gigs. I have 8 slots here, which you can probably tell, but I will probably add more RAM later. But right now I just have 4 sticks of 16 total, so I'm just gonna work with that for now. Okay, so there's my lovely RAM there. Okay, that's frightening. So, okay, I should have done this first. So I'm just going to open up all these here. I'm going to be putting them into the gray ones because those are the first slots. I think it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 or something like that. But basically all the gray ones for quad channel link, if you know what that is. It's basically all the RAM in the gray slots will be pulled together, and all the RAM that will go in the black slots will be pulled together, like separately. So, put you in here, if you're facing the right way. Want to hear a click. That was 1, 2. Okay. Oh, that came out nicer. Now these are. I've been putting it in this way, but for some reason these are the other lengths, so I gotta turn it. Alright. Just want to be sure. Just gonna pull these other tabs up. Can't be too careful. RAM is very important, so. Alright, next I'm gonna put in the processor, which, you know, is tiny. Look how cute. So this is i7 4th generation processor. This is the box. It looks like this. Neat. Alright, so I'm going to take out my processor carefully. Okay. And just put you there for a second. So now I've got to unlatch this. Unlatch that. Open you this way. Okay. This piece comes off. Should come off. Oh, this is weird. Okay. That was different. I mean different from, this piece looked different when I originally had the motherboard, but that's fine. Just gonna put it over there. Alright, touching the case with my arm. Make sure we're all grounded and such. So, the pins line up, I believe this way. Maybe, hopefully, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna put you in there. Should just kind of slide in. Alright, good. Put that over there. And now, do 1 latch and 2. So that is nicely in there. So what I am going to do is liquid cooling on this system, which I've only set up liquid cooling once before. And it's not difficult, but if you've never done it, then it's like confusing. It's like, okay, what do I do with this pump and the thing? And it's like, what the crap? So hopefully I can demonstrate that in a nice way for you. Basically what I'm going to do is I probably might take out this fan here and replace it with the one that comes with the water pump. And I might just put this fan on the case just for fun. I haven't fully decided yet. I'll probably open up the liquid cooling pump thing and then figure it out from there. Okay. So next, we're going to put in the video card, because this does not have onboard audio. What? Onboard video. So this is my video card. I've mentioned it before. It's actually kind of upper mid-range. It's not high end, but I'll probably end up getting another video card and SLIing them together, or like rating them in a sense. And look at this thing. It's tiny. It's like bigger than or as big as my head. Like, oh my god. I mean, look at this thing. It's like, what the crap is going on here? Alright. So I've already opened up 2 slots over here, because it will need to, because it has 2 DVI ports coming out of it. So I'm going to put it here and snap it in, and yeah, but okay. So let's just make sure we're going in. Okay. So again with the clicking, push. Alright, and click. Good. Alright. Now we're just going to kind of secure it by screwing this down over here. Alright, that is just unnecessarily huge, just like that fan on the case. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is do a quick test. So I'm going to plug in all the power and just see if things turn on and start to work, just briefly, because I know I have no fan on the CPU or liquid cooling, so I'm not going to leave it on too long because I don't want the CPU to just burn out. But this is just a quick test before I finish building everything, because if it turns on at least a little bit, then we'll be really, I'll be ecstatic, because it did not work last time I tried it. Alright, and now I need to connect these little guys, which are power, resets, and hard drive LEDs. So the hard drive LED is not that important right now, but I might as well try to put them all in. So they go over here, which is a little hard to see, but there's a little spot down here, and the best way to know where each one plugs in is you can look on the board. It will probably tell you. But if you look in your motherboard manual too, there are diagrams usually for that as well. Alright, now the moment of truth. I need a power cord. I'm really nervous. I don't know why. I really hope this works. No, it's spinning. Doing things. I think it might be working. Oh. I think it's working. Holy crap. I am a little shocked just because I was very disappointed last time I tried this. Okay, so it did turn on. It did work. I even plugged it into a monitor I have right here, and it did post. So like the BIOS screen came up real quick, and I shut it down because I didn't want it to get too hot. So one problem I just noticed though is that I had the CPU backwards, which is odd because I was actually just talking to my dad about this. He said that in the past, CPUs used to have actual pins, so it would not even fit one way or the other. But nowadays, it's like solid state, it's flat, it's not like that. So one thing I just noticed in this case though is that it does have indicators, so I don't know how well you can tell from this angle, but right there is a triangle in the top right corner. And on the actual CPU, there is a triangle there too. So I lift this up. There's a triangle top right corner. There's also these circles too that indicate exactly what I had did. So what I had done was the text on top of the CPU, the one that reads like Intel i7 blah blah blah, I had it facing myself, which I thought maybe was the correct way to do it, but apparently it was not. So. But like I said, it did post, and I'm super excited. So I can finish building my computer. Hi. Okay, this is confusing because it's actually the next day and I'm wearing a different shirt. So what happened is that apparently I had a liquid cooling unit that was too big for my case, and I did not realize that. The radiator was 140 millimeters, and I needed one that was 120 millimeters, and I totally missed that detail. So instead I got the Corsair H80i instead of the Corsair H90. So I actually kind of like this design a little bit better anyway, so it worked out pretty well. I was able to overnight it from Amazon, so it just got here today, like 10 minutes ago. Thanks, Amazon Prime. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is, I've already taken off this fan from the case. There was this one here. I took it off because I'm going to use the ones that came with the liquid cooling pump thing. So, so one thing Corsair recommends is to have, I don't know how well you can see this here. Oh, you can. So, see these arrows? Usually you have fans that blow air outside the case, but in this case, we want air to be blowing inside, because we're going to be blowing right into the radiator that's attached to the cooling pump. So I'm going to install this into here, and I'm going to basically be putting two fans on. So this fan is going to go on the side, and then the radiator will go on will be attached to this fan, and then the last fan will be attached to the radiator inside. So now, since we're going to have more fans and connectors than we have on the motherboard as far as like fan pin slots go, they provide this connector here, which I'll show you here. So it gives you basically 2 more, and these this comes right off there. See that? See that? See that? I was just spending like 5 minutes wondering how the heck am I supposed to plug fans into this, and realized, oh, it's got a little protective, you know, plastic bit over it. So basically this part connects into the water pump and gives you 2 extra ones for both fans. So neat. So this is going to go in here. I think I'll do it this way, I think. Will that work? Maybe? Oh god, I hate twisting these pumps. Let's look at both ways. Actually, that might be better. That would be a lot better, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to be careful. Dear god. Okay. So now, this... Okay. Oh my god. So this radiator is going to be attached to this fan, so I'm going to be putting them on at the same time. This is going to be fun! Alright, let's make sure we're pointing the right way. Oh, I gotta attach the radiator first. I'm not intelligent. Okay. But wait, hold on. Alright, that's not what the picture shows, but I gotta put the radiator on first. I have enough screws for that, right? Well, yeah, that's why they give you 8 screws, I guess. Okay. What is J? What are you? Oh, a washer. Oh. Ah, crap. Alright, I gotta unscrew more stuff. So basically, I need to use these bigger screws with the washer on the outside fan here. Or, well, the one on the rear. I use a different one, so that should be enough to keep the radiator on. Yeah, definitely. So, I'm going to do that real quick. Wow. And I thought I was doing it right before. Nope. Basically, if you can see what I'm doing, I have big screws coming out of the back of the case here and going directly through this rear fan and into the radiator, which I'm trying to just at least get it in place so I can get my screwdriver and make sure it's all tightly screwed in. Where is my screwdriver? Here. Okay. Oh! Hey, it's staying. Okay. Wow. So, alright, so what I did wrong, which I'll point out, so what I did was, these were the original screws that came out of the case, of the fan that was on the case already. So what I did wrong was I put the new fan on with these screws, but I should not have. If you look at the directions, basically what you need to do is have the big screws going into that fan and also being attached to the radiator. So now what I can do is add this fan onto the back side of the radiator, which now I'll do, and we did it correctly. Whew, and I don't know why I'm out of breath. Probably because it's caffeine. I was drinking coffee. Well, actually it's not coffee, it's chai. Stop talking. Alright, so now I have radiator and both fans properly attached to the side of the case, which, like I said, I had to use the big screws, and that makes sense. I just didn't really look at the directions very carefully. So the next thing is I have 4 of these, what they call standoff screws. So these need to go onto the sides of the motherboard, and they're very standoffish. They have problems. So 1 will go here, 2, 3, 4. So I'll just be screwing these in here. And one thing usually, when you install CPU fans, or even, well, depending on the CPU fan, and some liquid cooling, you usually have to get to the back of the motherboard, which if I just turned the case over and opened it up on the other side, I could do that. And you usually need to put a backplate, and the backplate looks like this. So this is usually what you need to put on the back first before you attach the rest of this. But apparently with the Intel 4th generation processor, or the 2011 LGA 2011 socket model, whatever, you don't need a backplate. So that's really cool and convenient. So I don't have to flip the case over. Neat. Gross. Alright, install the mounting bracket. Alright, next we have the mounting bracket and thumb screws. So these two together, this will go onto the pump, and these will secure it onto the standoff screws, because we got to put them in their place because they need to stop being so standoffish. This goes onto here pretty simply. Make sure that's out of the way. And I'll take this off now. This is just a protectant because this stuff is like, I don't know what it is, but it's like gooey and it sticks to things. So, all right, moment of awesome. All right, so this fits here, and now we just start screwing these in. All right, fan-freaking-tastic. That was so much simpler than the H50 model. H50 model was circular, and actually the H90 was too. That was so much easier than the other one. I'm impressed. You know what? I keep talking about it, but I like this a whole lot better than the circular H50, H90, that kind of model. Because that did not involve a lot of hard work there. Because the other one you had to like kind of, they had a circular bracket and another circular bracket, and I had to like slide and hook into things, and it was, I'm not describing it well, but it was kind of a pain, and it wasn't like overly difficult, but I was just like, the first time trying to do it, it was so like, okay, I don't understand what's going on. And then finally it clicked into place, and I was like, oh, wow. And so then I got it on, and there we go. So this piece is going to go onto the side of this, which maybe I should have put on first, but I didn't. So if you see here, both fans are being plugged into this connector here, which is attaching to the side of the motherboard right there, and I'll clean that up later. One thing I might have to do is, I had the video card in this slot, I might just have to move it to this one over here, which is probably okay. I'm not going to have a lot of expansion slots, or like need for them, and if I do get another video card, I can put it into the last slot here, so I think that'll be fine. This is a little awkward though, but I think I can manage without that. And actually this one too has a SATA connection as well, so I'll probably do this a little neater, but just for example's sake, I'm just going to leave it like that for example's sake. But what I'll probably do is when I have the Blu-ray DVD drive up here, I'll probably have a SATA connection going up there, and then maybe just circle around and have that kind of daisy chain to it. But anyway, that was the simplest water cooling I've ever set up, and I haven't set up a lot, but still, that was a lot simpler. A better design, in my opinion. I like it. So, 5 thumbs up, but I don't have 5 thumbs. 5 out of 5, by the way. So, neat. Okay, so now what I've done, and sorry, I'm holding the camera with my hand now. In the case, I was able to fit my video card right here. All the pumps, nothing's being constructed, what? I have all the power connectors I need plugged in. There's the fans, those are connected. This is still the USB. This is the slot for the fans on the video card. And if we look over here, I have power, and this is only DVI, and I have just a VGA connector on this small monitor here that I'm testing with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on, and excuse me. Nope, it helps if you flip the power switch in the correct direction. So we are going to turn on. You hear things? You hear it? I hear it. So we're going to watch the screen here. Alright, don't prove me wrong. Come on. There it is. Okay. There's no bootable nothing yet. There's no CD drive, or well, Blu-ray DVD drive that I'm going to put in. There's no hard drives yet, so that's all we're going to get right now. So that's fine. But this is just more proof of concept. Everything is basically working. So that's fantastic. Alright, so now that everything is working, plugged in, RAM, video card, radiator, pump, liquid cooling thing on the CPU, blah blah blah. Now, basically, the last thing to do is to put in the hard drives and my DVD, Blu-ray drive thing. But so I'm not going to bore you with all that, just because it's not that complicated. But so one last thing I want to show you though is, so I have 2 SSDs and 2 standard hard drives. So I'm going to use this is one of the SSDs. It's a Samsung solid state drive. Those are neat and so small and tiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stripe the 2 SSDs together. So I'm going to have one, they're both going to be used for the boot partition, so that's going to be fun. Very fun. And the extra 1 terabyte data drives I have, those are Western Digital. They're not SSDs, they're just standard hard drives. Wow. Those are going to be more for just extra data files and things like that. But the one thing I want to show you is this mounting kit. Now this is a Rosewell mounting kit. Rosewell. I don't know if you can see that. Oh well. But the neat thing about this is, so since SSDs are small, some cases don't support, basically don't support the size of them. So what you can do with this is you just take the SSD and you just slide it in, and it comes with some screws. You just screw in the sides there, and it has a nice little fan you can power from the, just, you know, plug in one of the power supply connectors, if I can find one. Yep. So just one like this, you know, just plug it in, plug it in. So then it's just, you know, mounting kit. Then you just slide this in and screw it in like you would a normal hard drive. But it basically, it keeps the SSD, they're small by design, and I guess probably different cases might support the SSD slots, but I don't know. I haven't really seen many like that yet. But I really like this solution because then it gives you a nice little fan on it too, just to keep it cool. And it's not a very loud fan, it's pretty tiny. I mean, look at that thing, it's tiny. But I like it. I'm a big fan of these mounting kits, SSD mounting brackets, or whatever they're called, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to finish that up now. I think this pretty much ends this video though. So I hope you enjoyed this, hope it was helpful. I know I'm not like an expert in this stuff, but hopefully I taught you something, maybe not, I don't know. But keep on the lookout, because in the future I might have more videos just kind of displaying maybe some other tech benchmarking specs or something of the computer once it's up and running. But besides that, I have a new computer, so hopefully that means I'll be able to produce more videos quicker and faster and all that nonsense. So, and maybe in the future I'll have another video card and maybe show off how to use the SLI feature. So all you really need to do is, if you get one, these came with the motherboard, so it's just a little clip here. I'll show you right there. So this piece, I don't know how well you can see it from this camera, but you plug one into here, and then you just kind of just attach them together. So this little strip here, one plugs in there, and then one plugs into the other video card, and then they're kind of like rated together. So then they use the same kind of, they basically are rated and shared, and I don't know how to describe it. Basically it uses both video cards instead of just the one, so that's pretty cool. And it gives you a lot more video power. Anyway, I'll let you know. Anyway, let me know what you think. I know these cords are a mess right now. I'm not leaving it like that. So you don't need to comment and say how terrible my cord, whatever it is. I'm going to fix that, don't worry. But yes, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm open, you know, willing to hear bad criticism, good criticism. So thanks for watching, guys. Sure you like, subscribe, share it with a friend if you thought that was a good idea. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry this got a little confusing. I had to cut this midday, and you think I would have like shaved or something between yesterday and today. I'm getting like this mustache back. I should probably shave that. I don't know. I kind of look like a mountain man. I literally haven't shaved in days. I just lazy. Alright, why am I still talking? I'll see you guys later. Thanks again. Bye.